Here are the men in charge of running today's races. The head referee, Paul McKee. And the men working under Paul, Mike Noonan in the helicopter, Ron Snyder, the veteran driver, now the pit boss, Bob Curran, and the rest of the turn judges. And this is what they'll be fighting for besides a healthy paycheck, a beautiful trophy that'll go to today's winner. Looking at the rundown again for the final. Miller American, the 7-11, both with 700 points. A lot at stake here as far as the national points race. 3 people hoping to get a second win today. That would be Scott Pierce, a winner in Miami earlier this year. Jerry Hopp and the Oboy Alberta Beef Jerky out of Seattle, Washington. A constantly improving team. Todd Yarling and Risley's Express getting their first heat victory of 1985 earlier today. And for Andy Coker, he got his first victory ever as an unlimited driver in Heat 2B. Steve Reynolds hoping to repeat what he did last week, winning in Madison. Likewise for Chip Hanauer, the man who was victorious in Detroit, would love to get victory number 2. Hanauer knows he has the fastest boat, so what will the field try to do to stop him?
Well, I just hope and pray that everybody stays clean anyway. I think they're going to try and get in my way a little bit, which is fine. That's all part of boat racing. But the first heat, they really didn't give me a lane to run in. So I hope they just at least give me a lane and take their best shot.
I just want to beat him to the first turn. And if I can do that, he'll play hell getting around me.
And be on the inside, hopefully.
Either way, I'll hold him just as tight as he'll hold me. It'll be a dogfight, no doubt about it.
All 6 boats running now for the final. It's crunch time. Money's on the table. Every cliche fits. On the inside is Executone Telephone coming up fast on the outside. The 7-11 and Steve Reynolds. And in the back somewhere is the Miller American with Chip Hanauer. All the boats are legal on the start. Here we go for the race to the first turn. Look out. You saw the 7-11. Steve Reynolds wanting to make his turn, but suddenly out came Chip Hanauer in the lane just inside of him. In the meantime, it appears it is the Miller American with the lead coming out of the first turn. On the inside, Executone Telephones. And on the outside, challenging Chip Hanauer, is the 7-11 with Steve Reynolds. Into the second turn. Hanauer hugging the buoys, actually coming out a little wide, trying to force Reynolds to go even wider. You'll see him pop out from behind. There goes Reynolds way outside. And in the meantime, Chip Hanauer completing lap number 1 and has already built a rooster tail lead over the 7-11. Speed for the Miller American, 126.6. And for the 7-11, 121.2. So very slowly, the Miller American is building its lead out over Steve Reynolds in the 7-11. First place, Miller American into the first turn on lap number 2. Second place, Steve Reynolds and the Miss 7-11. So Chip Hanauer got exactly what he needed, and that was an open lane at the start of this heat. And he also had the inside position on Steve Reynolds. This is Chip Hanauer out of Seattle, the 3-time Gold Cup winner. Won the national championship 2 years consecutively, back in 82 and 83. The Budweiser winning it last year with Jim Kropfeld. And he is right now trying to get back in the hunt in points. If he wins here, he'll come out with 2,700 points. It's still way back of the leader, that being Executone Telephone, which is currently running in 3rd position here in the final. Chip Hanauer, the Miller American. Second place, Steve Reynolds and the Miss 7-11. And the Executone in 3rd place with Scotty Pierce. This boat in its 2nd year of campaigning under the Lucero Muncie Industry Racing Team. It was the Atlas Van Lines last year. Of course, Atlas Van Lines is based here in Evansville, Indiana, so Chip still considers himself one of the hometown favorites here in this Indiana city. Scotty Pierce still in third place. Now remember, he's the national point leader, so he's picking up even more valuable points here in the final heat. That's your battle for 4th and 5th as you see Todd Yarling just ahead of American Speedy Printing. In 6th place is the Oboy Alberto with Jerry Hopp aboard. The leader, Chip Hanauer, and the Miller American hoping to pick up victory number 2 in 1985. The first boat to win 2 races possibly. Second place going still to Steve Reynolds and the Miss 7-11. Miss 7-11 moving up very well too in the national point situation. A second place here would put them in second place nationally. So they're moving up the ladder. Todd Yarling The Risley's Express has gone dead in the water. Ooh, the Miller American catching a little air under the boat as it comes down the main straightaway. Again in second place, Steve Reynolds. You've got turbine-powered boats in first and second place. And in third place, the Merlin-powered, this Executone Telephones with Scotty Pierce. All three of your drivers in first, second, and third, all out of Seattle, Washington. In fourth place, this man, Andy Coker, out of West Palm Beach, Florida, and aboard the American Speedy Printing, affectionately called the Miss Madison here on these two races in the state of Indiana. And in sixth place is the Oboyo Berto with Jerry Hott. With the Miller American coming down the main chute here on this very hot 95-degree day in Evansville, Indiana. Average speed right now for Chip about 121 miles per hour as he laps one of the slower boats. Second place still to Steve Reynolds out of Kirkland, a custom home contractor when he's not busy racing unlimited hydroplanes. And Chip Hanauer, let's face it, he's a full-time racer. Scotty Pierce in third place in the Executone Telephones, driving for owner Bill Worcester. He was a national champion in go-kart racing back when he was a youngster, as a matter of fact. You see again the Miller American coming up, and we'll be lapping one of the boats. We'll be lapping American Speedy Printing and Andy Coker. Andy Coker again getting some valuable points for this national points race too. You have only 7 active boats right now, so every race is critical in order to possibly win the national points championship. But here's your winner here in Evansville, Indiana, Chip Hanauer and the Miller American. Second place, Steve Reynolds and the Miss 711. Third place, Executone Telephones with Scotty Pierce. So here are the numbers for the day. Another 400 points for Miller American. 711 second place, Executone Telephones, American Speedy Printing hanging in tough in that national points race. And Oboyo Berto Beef Jerky with Jerry Hott. Let's hear from the winner.
Chip, congratulations. Wonderful performance. You got that open lane you wanted. It was narrow, but you got it.
Yeah, it was real narrow. Everybody was a little bit early, and the boat just performed flawless. I'd follow this group of guys down the Amazon to the end of the earth. They are just the best going.
I think this boat really proved something coming out of that first turn. You went in at about third or fourth, and you came out in first.
Well, I don't know. I think we went in first. I didn't see anybody else, but the boat ran perfectly. We made some adjustments all day long, like Jim always does. He never is satisfied. The boat just got better and better.
Incidentally, Hanauer and the Miller American team set a new record today, averaging 122.3 miles per hour for 3 heats. That eclipsed Bill Muncie's old mark of 112 miles per hour. We'll return to Evansville for a final comment in just a moment. Don Poyer along with Jim Henrik, and a quick look at the national point situation. Executone Telephones, the winner in Miami, still with a narrow margin over Miss 711, 319 points to be exact. The consistent American Speedy Printing with Andy Coker right in the hunt. The Miss Budweiser, Miller American, which had trouble a little early going in this 1985 circuit, now at 2,700 points. And on down the list, a very good national high points race in 1985.
Well, that'll do it for the Budweiser Thunder on the Ohio 7. Jim, we've had some great speeds, some great competition today.
The fastest speeds and the best competition so far of 1985, Don, and we're looking to bigger and faster things as we swing out for our western part of our tour.
A couple of weeks, we'll be out in the state of Washington for 2 races. In the meantime, for Jim Hendrick, I'm Don Poyer. Thanks for joining us on a very hot, muggy day in Evansville, Indiana. So long.
Air transportation has been provided by Continental Airlines, the official carriers of unlimited hydroplane racing. A promotional fee has been paid by Hertz Penske Truck Rentals. Scuba diving equipment has been provided by Nemrod, the official suppliers to the Unlimited Racing Commission. Thunder on the Ohio 7 has been brought to you by Ford and your local Ford dealer, and by Walker Muffler, featuring the Advantage Muffler. It puts rust at a disadvantage. Keep up to date with the Unlimiteds by calling the URC hotline, 1-900-410-5500. If you wish to purchase a VHS video cassette of this program, send a check or money order for $19.95 to the Unlimited Racing Commission, 901 Occidental South, Seattle, Washington, 98134.